All right, let's say you've tackled as many projects as you can get through, but you like a challenge. Well, you're my type of human because I also love a challenge, which is why I love no-proof cocktailing. That's right, no alcohol whatsoever. And if anybody tells you, oh, you can't make a good cocktail without alcohol, well, honey, they just don't know science. Let's get started with this no-proof cocktail that is sure to be a chemical disco inside of your mouth. First thing we need, obviously, is our friend, the shaker. Go ahead and open up the top. Now, this particular ingredient is going to be steeped like a cup of tea. I took black peppercorns and dried lavender and pomegranate juice, put them in a pot, and ended up taking it to boil and then simmering it for about 20 minutes, giving this pomegranate juice not just the rich depth of mouthfeel that we love, but it also includes that spiciness of black pepper and the floral notes of lavender to give us a kick. Now, we need 2 full ounces of this beautiful stuff right inside of our beaker. We will pour it in with flair, and then we will go ahead and chuck it into our glass with some Julia childlike conviction, because that's how we are going to approach everything with cocktailing. Once you've got that in, give it a smell. Oh, smell all those lovely things mixing around. And now we go into grapefruit juice. I want 1 full ounce of this beautiful ruby red grapefruit juice. Once we pour it in, we are also going to toss it into our shaker. And next thing we're going to do, and I think you know what it is, a little Napa Valley swirl before we add our friend sugar. Anybody fights me on this, they say, Devin, I don't like sugar in my cocktails. And I said, baby, I know your body better than you do. And I know you love sugar in your cocktails. The reason I know this is because sugar is a flavor delivery system. And remember, the colder the product, the more sugar it needs, because the molecules of sugar need to melt in your mouth before you're able to perceive them. We're gonna get 2 full teaspoons of sugar right into your glass to give also an extra kick of viscosity or thickness into the cocktail. Give it one more smell before we get to another ingredient that's gonna add aromatics. It's our friend, lime. Lime is a fantastic addition into this cocktail, not just because of its lovely flavor and aromatics, but also because of the small bitterness that it gives on the hint. We're gonna cut this in half like a hamburger, and then we're gonna cut 1/2 again into quarters, creating 1/8 wedge of lime. You're just gonna Scottie Pippen this right on into your cocktail. And then we are going to add 1 more ingredient that is sure to get your nerve endings going, friends. It's ginger. We're gonna grab this ginger and give a nice large chunk. Do not be too conservative with this. We want a little bit more of a liberal cut, nice and big, before we Kobe Bryant that right on into our cocktail. Now we get to the gym portion. That's right, friends. We get to muddle. And when we're muddling, we're going to employ a lot of elbow grease because that ginger is a little bit more fibrous than the lime, which means we gotta mash it and Hulk smash it well into there. So we're gonna go ahead, get in there deep and push down and screw in. It's like you're really getting to the end of that DIY project. The last screw is going in. You're super stoked. And then of course, unlike a DIY project, you get to drink this particular DIY project at the end. Let's give it a little squeeze. And once you're done, 1 more smell for the ages, for posterity's sake, until we get our favorite friend, ice. That's right, ice is gonna have that dilution change, the temperature change, and we're going to give it a shake. I wanna see a fantastic shake face for our last cocktail. Make it rain ice in there, y'all. Let's put that cap on, let's give it a shake, and I wanna see it vigorous. This is the final one. We get to make sure that this is going down beautifully. Let's go ahead and make it rain inside this glass. We put our strainer in, we come up, we pour from low to high, but you're gonna leave a little room on this puppy because what we want is we're going to add some soda. Now remember, carbon dioxide, or your mouth's ability to pick up on fizziness, is actually because of that trigeminal nerve. And without it, everything would taste flat. So bubbles is going to be the best thing that you can add to make that celebratory cocktail. This is going to be a London Essence with rosemary in it as well, giving extra herbaceousness. Once you've given a little splash, we want to give it a little stir. You can stir with anything that's in your proximity. And then we need to make a garnish, friends. So the cool thing about garnishing is much like an accent wall or any special thing that sort of speaks to you in your home, you can add to your cocktail. I love dragon fruit. I love the texture on the inside with the black and white seeds, flanked by this beautiful sort of magenta pink, which I put onto the cocktail today. But I also love edible flowers. I think they're beautiful. I love what nature has bounty to give us. And so what I've done is use both dragon fruit and edible flowers in this particular garnish. But don't be afraid. You could garnish with a fresh slice of ginger. You could garnish with rosemary or lavender. You could even just put a nice simple twist of lemon or lime on top and call it a day, friends. As long as it speaks to you, that's what you want to garnish with. All right, what are we